Grand Rising, everyone. It is Shalonda, and I'm back with another video. So I woke up with this energy of forsaken thee. It's almost like some type of revelation was to be had, even though I feel like it's true. They restrict a portion of Dan from Revelations, and I feel like this was to X someone out or to I would feel like if Dan on one of these graphs that I've seen, Dan was the most high. On that spectrum, anyway. Oh, so I don't know. I'm just wondering because I feel like there's this energy of like I know they said it, I think it's in the book of Judges, and it make me think about these judges or these false judges, or this unjust or justice coming in reverse a lot lately. It's supposed to be the justice system, but like I said, I feel like there's something embedded in it that's very unjust. You know, uh, there is something to this energy of the tribes that were in the South and didn't like it and they wanted to come north. But then it's making me think about that 70-year, damn, I can't remember what it was, but there was something about the 70 years of the people that were sent to the South. And I'm thinking Mexico, they didn't like it and they came north. But I'm feeling like there's some type of misconception there. I feel like those people were placed there because of their sins, and I feel like they came back with the same sins. It's something like me being this child that is displaced within a family, because they say that there was a different makeup of these particular people. I know that last night or the night before, something like Effie or F, which could have been like Ephraim, came up in that read. And then we have man or Manassas, okay? I don't know why that's making me think about the world card with man on the top and then the Anunnaki eagle energy, but that was like the chariot energy that was in reverse. So either this person has passed on or this person has transgressed, or so seemingly somebody wants it to seem that way. But then we have the bull. Is the bull is going to, I think, be the energy that prevails here, or who would represent that bull, because I feel like there's so much falsities, so much secret identity, so much oppression, so much all of this stuff, so much identity fraud. It's almost like these people have had 2 years, to keep someone blinded, to keep someone mind controlled, to also go into somebody's Akashic records and take that information and give it to someone else. This is information that I said, it's like taking the incisors or something from a lion, taking their claws or something like this, taking their way of living or thinking and housing them in a cage all of their lives and then setting them free. But there's something about these people that's supposed to be a rebellious spirit. But I feel like whatever this is not a rebellious spirit. It's fighting back. It's fighting for your life. You would not know what it would be like to be these particular people because of who you are and because of who people in the power and that have so-called powers, or people in the powers that shouldn't be having some type of authority over these particular people, displacing them, making them go into exile in their own land, turning them into vagabonds, deploying them into different portions of the land, separating them, breaking them down, having them marry other wives. There's something about the law being given through Moses, but I told you I didn't trust it when Moses went up there. The tablets broke, and then they came down with the new tablets. I feel like, again, why did Moses not be able to go into heaven? Now, this could be Moshe on that Pharaoh energy that I've been picking up on lately, placing his children above the sons of God. It may be something. I just can't pick. I cannot put my finger on it. I cannot put my finger on it. But I believe if I'm thinking about my particular the story that I'm following throughout my family, it would be strange or something like this because I just remember growing up and people having some type of side eye towards, um, a little bit of a side eye towards the aunt that would be married to Moses. But now I'm figuring and I'm noticing that this is this energy of someone taking my, it's almost like this energy I'm picking up on, like they took my masculine, right? It's almost like I'm picking up in my wealth that would have went with that me and that masculine, and it's almost like they took this masculine that was given to me directly by God, and then took this masculine back and gave this masculine to the rest of the females in the clan or the rest of the. It's something. Something made it this my gift from God. See, this is stolen energy. This is energy harvesting. Something that was created between this masculine, possibly, and taken. It's almost like they soiled my other half, even if it's not physical. If this is something that is it has something to do with galactic or something that's further past our understanding. I remember it's almost like soiling or trying to get something damaged. See, I can't tell you if this went all the way or not, or if they just did this with science or something like this. It doesn't mean that this person had to be with these people, but I feel like this is just something that happened. It's almost like repopulated this seed amongst like took my whole, like what was whole or holy, and multiplied his children with my gift and restrained. It's something weird like this, guys, because Moses was chosen by God, but then Aaron was the one that went out to speak. He was a better speaker. So it's almost like there's some intertwining with this energy of John. And then who was John really? It's almost like the people labeling some people as a devil, like I said, causing humanity, using science, using something to oppress and repress and to steal from and hold someone down, or like I said, remove the things that you need to be able to fight, or your memories you need, or your Akashic records, and give them to other people. It's very strange to me. The selling of Joseph, the striking out of Joseph, and then giving to the two children, Manasseh and Ephraim. These extend almost like they were going to kill Dan off, or I mean Joseph off, or sell Joseph off and act like he did. But the real abundance, the real authority, the real, this is what I'm saying about the energy that I carry. It's, and I could go into, but he said but it's just really boils down to this energy of criticism, somebody being innovative, somebody being jealous, envious. It boils down to discrimination, authority, to make someone feel powerless in their own land. It's very strange because I went to Wingstop, okay, in Wisconsin. Because my thing is, how do we know that the real ones have come back north? If these people were south and they didn't like, and that's the thing about Jacob or the Jakes, it's something very. How do we know that these are the real ones here? And not some imposters. These people have had 2 years to mix and mingle and do all these things and change the narrative, change DNA, change the times, change who has power and authority to harass, bully, humiliate, slander by blocking out some. Well, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm just talking about me, blocking me off from social media, things like this. But it makes me think about Lucifer, the show. And it makes me think about how he played that trick on Dan. And there was always something about Dan and how Lucifer, you know, Lucifer basically got Dan's girl, and then Dan died. And Lucifer could have brought Dan from out of hell, but he didn't. You get what I'm saying? But in this day and age, I'm just trying to think of it on a different level here. It's almost like me feeling this energy of knowing that I have the real power and authority, but someone is raising up idols around me and giving them credentials and credits. And what I'm from what I'm looking with these people publicly, if they're supposed to be prophetesses and psychics and revealing things and doing wonders, the same wonders as God or whatever, Satan here. But it's almost like, again, I'm thinking about this energy of even the way that this relationship dynamic, this spiritual and telepathical and whatever type of attack here, this cyber attack or whatever that they have done, or this spiritual warfare that they did on a family unit or something like this, and the energy of John saying somebody's going to come after me, right? It's like seeing people change in your family right before your eyes, right? Put you through trials and tribulations. It's almost like them testing out faith, hope, to see if she would, testing out hope to see if she would be like her dad. Klaus. It's mass deception. To make me think about this energy of feeling like they're turning the north, especially when it comes to Chicago or the midwestern areas, into Mexico. It's almost like they're flipping the script here. Lots of ads have been coming in Spanish. I went into Wingstop last night to get my food, and I felt discriminated against because I had been ordered my food, and then my card wasn't working in there, and then they told me that my food had not been, that it was all Mexicans. There was not one person that was any other race in there, and they were all joking around and eating, and while they were cooking, and they were just talking in Spanish and everything like this, and it's like it was a sense of me waiting extra long. Like 20 people came in and got their stuff before I could get mine. They told me my card wasn't working, and then I ended up calling home and telling tourists to check the account or whatever on his phone. And he said that food. I'm looking at it right here on my phone, and it was charged for the food. And it's almost like I had to stop, and I told them no. It's saying here that the food was paid for, so. And she said, it is? And I'm like, yes. And so she looked at the thing and she was like, oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. This last time it did go through. You see what I'm saying? But it was many people in there, right? Now, these are just little things. These are just little things that we're talking about here. And nothing went right. I ordered food and ended up showing up late for it, and I called and they said we just threw it away 30 minutes ago. I went to the gas station and the gas station didn't work. I had to say, oh, okay, well, let me go to a different gas station. Just give me my money back if the gas pump is not working. And then I went here, and then I had to wait for my food. It's just like, again, some type of energy shift or something, but this is like some type of rejecting it's weird. It's weird. The energy shift. These people think that they have power over God or something, and it's almost like I can feel somebody saying, "Don't you feel the energy shift?" And I'm thinking, well, I'm somebody that I'm that motherfucker that came to shift it back where it's supposed to be. It, like, ain't nobody gonna make me feel like ain't nobody gonna make me feel like a prisoner or make me feel like an outsider in my own home. Anywhere I put my feet on this land or any other land is where I belong. So I'm the type of person that can stand in the middle of the storm. You understand what I'm saying? Something very strange here. It's something very strange. It's almost like the energy of the senses, and the Papa was a Rolling Stone. They were clone. I feel like this day they're cloning these men and taking the regular men and sending them around on missions or to impregnate or do whatever the fuck they're doing. And it's almost like, well, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. It's almost like somebody else stepped in, right? Telepathically to be there during this time where this other, as a distraction, right? Telepathically, not physically, as a see, I feel like somebody's trying to get in a distraction. Somebody might use that word like that. I feel like somebody's trying to press into my energy. It's almost like cutting off Joseph to give the land allotments and all of the riches to Ephraim and Manasseh. But where does the real power or authority lie? And if we talking about Jesus, or that's the thing again, when I was doing my research, this Isus or Zeus or Jesus or Jesus or Christ energy. See, and I feel like the Christ, when we're talking about the book of John, in that light, it depends on that light. I feel like the vassal or something can change, or it is that light. It is that light, because if they're saying that Moses brought the law, but the truth and but what is it? It's the truth and grace came through Jesus Christ. But I'm thinking this is while John was baptizing. Are these cycles that they do this to the real ones? Is this the reason why I feel like whoever these people, no matter what, there's this common conduit between all these people, and it's me, this outsider that's inside, this loving person that's being explained to be some type of rotten criminal or something like this, while I see the criminal activity around me. It's almost like the energy of, again, when they're saying that God didn't like Esau, was it what he saw? And were we really dealing with God in that time, or was this something in the likeness of God? It's something that, these are the questions here that should probably be able to be answered directly by me. But this is what I'm saying about the ridicule, the dismantling of the memory, the Stockholm syndrome, the whatever this is here. It's almost like though I was able to keep a portion of my identity, everything that would be prosperous or something around that should be prosperous within me and around me has been threatened here. It's almost like I was watching some of the Supreme Court, whatever they're doing, right? And it's almost like one thing that I noticed, this lady was talking about, how these people have used their authority and how these 4 people are going to lose. It's almost, I might have to go back into the Bible to see who 4 people might have been hung or outcast or something like this, and if they're being wrongly persecuted or not, because I feel like there's a lot of backbiting now. There's people using their authority that were doing crimes and pointing the finger at people that were maybe fighting for God or fighting for the word of God, and now those people are being persecuted and thrown away or cast out by these people that were actually doing these crimes. Do you see what I'm saying? So because they have these lofty seats on these podiums, within these courtrooms, and they can say things and seem like they're very upset and point the finger and shake the finger at these people. These may be people, again, some of these documents, this people that were doing these things with these documents, but some of these people were passing off some of these documents, I feel, because they were trying to help speak the truth, and they were being in the people that were in authority that were doing the crimes, and these judges and these corrupt lawyers and individuals, they are now using their power and authority to try to run these people out, but they are the real rats, like that Hierophant card, that are standing on top of a soapbox acting like they're some type of leaders or popes or street popes or something like this, and these are rats standing there using their last minutes of power and authority to condemn people. Maybe somebody gave 10 documents or something like this, but it was to prove something here, and now they're being judged for it, while we have other people that are sitting here with garages full of documents, and they're still sitting in front of your face. And these are the people that are having positions of the free world. Now, I don't want to, it's a dangerous time to throw out, it's a dangerous time, it's a very tricky time, because this is what this is, a triggering time to point out certain things, people that have been made to be crooks but may not be, people that are being bombarded, or things are being planted, I feel, on individuals right now. And it's a very sensitive time. It's a very sensitive time, but you have to look at somebody's works. You have to look at the works. And if I, America, a real OG energy, and feeling some type of way unheard, not served, not treated like a some type of sickness or illness or something in my own land, and what we're supposedly allegedly seeing is an influx, and Americans are afraid to talk about things that have to do with they are more afraid. Now, Biden said in the future we were going to be looking up to Mexicans, okay, so-called black people. So we have to think about what we talking about. We can't, you could talk about black and white all day, but better not talk about illegal immigrants from wherever they're coming from, but mainly Mexico. This outpouring now that we're seeing, it's like the more you talk about it, the more they lift up Hispanics and people with these type of phenotypes and things in front of you, like this is what is going to be happening anyway. This is a dangerous thing as well, because Americans speak English. They were teaching, and I said when I was young, God, why is they, why? I told you guys that story about my daughter not being able to be accepted into a school because the only thing they had left, there was like five kindergarten classes that you have to, for Spanish children, and there was only like 2 for English speaking children, and there was not enough room in the English speaking classes, so the child would have to go maybe into a Spanish class, or the child would or it was something where I'm thinking like, well, damn. And I feel like it was some Hispanic children in the regular classes too. So there was no discriminate. They had all the children in those 2 classes, but then they also had Hispanic children too. But then they also had 3 or 4 or 5 extra These are slow things. The sign that supposedly, allegedly in Mexico, telling people to come to my hometown that I grew up in. So this is something that has been in the works for a very long time. This means that certain children were sold off into a spiritual or some other type of slavery a very long time ago to stain them so they couldn't return to God, to do something to their pineal, their third eye, their crown chakra, or something like this, their chakras in general, so that they can't be in alignment. You hear what I'm saying? But you have people afraid to speak up and say so. We could talk about anybody else. We could talk about any other groups, and people don't have to be worried about being discriminated. But nobody can talk about this. Why does it feel like my divine masculine or one of these masculines that were sent to me for some type of something here? Why do I feel like this person was paired with my best friend, which again, I told you guys in that picture. I know the energy that came in. That somebody, a masculine, felt like they were caught trying to remake me or make my BFF that's Hispanic look like me or something like this, because in the future this person would take over it's almost like them redoing my life and placing my Hispanic best friend as the wife of this masculine energy, and maybe even getting this person, the child in this life. But it's almost like these women are taking seed from me in order to do this. They just want the children, they want the eggs. They want to kill off Joseph and take the seed. Do you understand? Kill off Joseph, sell Joseph into slavery, ruin this person's reputation or whatever, trade somebody off into. So this could be the energy of Danny or Daenerys coming up from the flame, not being able to be burned by whatever it is that they're trying to serve, and going back and getting every fucking thing back and sending every fucking body back. You understand what I'm saying? But there's no, it's like insanity. There's no assistance from Americans. Nobody thinks they're America is not like, what are we doing? What really are we doing? It's almost like they're redoing the creation story that was done with me and this masculine, but this time they're going to wipe out anything that is dark. The children that maybe someone have had that are lighter skinned, they have already taken these children in clones of these children, and then now they're working with your children in heaven. So they only want to take a certain group of people. I keep hearing somebody saying, it was something about, I was thinking about sleep, but somebody said they don't take naps. And I feel like this was a masculine energy that I felt like was see, and that's what I'm saying. The real Nazi energy was the so-called Black Americans that were possibly here already, right? And were probably fighting against these people coming in 9 borders. That's what I say about the womanizing energy of Isaiah in those books, because it's more so could be talking about these Americans that were feeling some kind of way about people that were coming into their borders than maybe a man treat. But I feel like it's both. It's an intertwining of both, actually. And I feel like one of these masculines, the clone or the actual one or whatever, I just feel like at some point in time, even where I am more north now, I felt like there was some type of prejudice nature or something like this with one of these masculines. I'm like, why did they put this person in my energy? Because I'm picking up on this person don't like people that's like me. It gave me that show when those people moved into that community and everybody was looking at them. But see, this is where I feel like this was some type of discrimination, where these people put cameras in my house or something, and so the community is just sitting here watching me like some kind of animal or some kind of circus animal in my house. You know how she went out and the women were just looking at her. Now, they're not doing this in my face, no, because I'm that type of person. I will confront you. None of these energies have come to, I will confront you. I will tell you how it is. And if it's supposed to go down, it's going to go down. I'm a physical person. I'm a warrior or whatever the fuck you want to call it. So again, this is weak people trying to run somebody that is strong as a bull or a bison. You understand what I'm saying? We will all just be sitting here looking fucking stupid, and I guarantee you will be walking away before me. This is why these people have to work in a covert way. This is the reason why they would have to, if God was just one of us trying to get back to heaven on a train or a bus, this is why they would do something here. This is why Acosta, because I remember when this lady was just talking here, and I put the case up on my, I put the video up on my channel, on my Facebook under Shay Seeking, but I noticed that Alexandra Acosta was not there. And I feel like this is one of the people that's responsible for an iron dome or a firmament to block out a child from God so that they can make up lies and accusations or poke and prod and oppress and do these things and rape and do all this other stuff and pillage and things like this. And nobody will be able to see. These people could be the ones that sent in attacks on women and things like this, and or rapes and stuff like this, and recorded them to try to make it seem like women are doing certain things. But this would be, like I said, this iron dome. It's not an iron rod. It is a barrier here, so that these people could have done all this stuff underneath the behind the scenes and not be seen, show lies, and manipulate things so that somebody would walk away from somebody else and start something when it comes to this so-called twin flames or whatever this is, so somebody can walk towards somebody else. It's just really ridiculous. I mean, I feel like this being a living God energy or a prophetess energy in this time. The mind is a terrible thing to waste, and I don't waste mine. I'm thinking all the time, but I could definitely tell a different way that my mind has been working than what it was working even a year or two ago. And it's almost like now something is over. The attack, they have the information. Somebody might be making some kind of judgment on something here. And now the Taurus wants to come back in here, right? Now I don't know if this is Aries or Taurus. I don't know. I feel like they're manipulating this energy. It's something about the zodiac, something being on top. This could be, I was thinking about the zodiac killer. That could be the sun. You see? The sun could realize what these works. Oh, I just seen the lightning come up in this. Okay. So the sun, that could be, so again, something about being different with me. See, we got the thunder coming in. There's something here. I just started thundering. There's something here. Somebody has been very crafty. And now it's almost like after this, now we'll give this person back to you or something like this. But I feel like somebody has never left. And I don't even mean that as if in the same house. There's a presence or something that has never left, I think. Just very subtle. So I don't know if this is a spy or something like that. Maybe that's what I'm picking up on. And now, after this, and after being connected to a real divine masculine that seemed like they're separate than this house or this household, it's almost like somebody saying, go back to your first person. But like I told y'all, is it the person that was already there when the divine masculine came in? Or is it the person that was taken even 20 years plus or something ago? Or is it the person that, see, this is what they've done. They've attached many men to my name through so-called marriages or arranged marriages, but I feel like it was also to take financially or take something, take the essence, take these things of me, the likeness of me, and try to create something that is like me. And I'm hearing somebody saying it's going to be hard to make one that is like, to meet somebody that was like you. It's always been you. But what do you do to tell the truth about this? Bring some kind of conflict. To not say something, what is it? What is the protocol? What's the rules? What happened to my Akashic? Why is it broken? Why is something broken? Why is the resourceful information that I need right now not being able to be accessed? What is the blockage? Why now does it seem like, oh, this Taurus is back and this Taurus wants to do right, and the Taurus, after these people watched me for a year, maybe in some not so liking kind of something, like I told you guys, it's small things, but I'm just explaining it the best way that I know. It was like something for ridicule. They opened up the floodgates to see me in some type of situation. Now, I have been waiting for about 2 years or something to get the carpet changed. So why now? It's almost like the cameras are gone. These people have proven that somebody lives in a swaller, or maybe they keep their windows closed, because as soon as I got my new carpet in, now every day my windows are open wide. And I remember my mom came one time and she said, why don't you keep your windows open like this in the window? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. It's just the whatever. She was like, you're going to be depressed or something sitting up in here. But see, that's the shit that I'm talking about right there. I was just saying that it's because of the carpet. You see what I'm saying? I was just saying because it was because of the carpet. And now since I have my new carpet, my furniture is not here yet, but I have my new carpet. My windows are open all day long, all the blinds and everything. You see how somebody can take that and turn that into something else. Oh, it's a vampire. This person doesn't leave the house. They sit in the dark. Do you see how children of the night? Children, so now that these people, okay, so now they can try to, because I feel like that there is a large presence of this energy of the children of the night, but I feel like there's someone like me that cannot be changed. That's what I'm saying. These people can't call me the way that they do other people. This is, you're not talking about a regular don't belittle me by comparing me to idols or high priestesses that don't even take regard to the Bible. They want to act like this information is from them, not from the most high energy, or that they haven't been tapping into my Akashic records. They want to act like they want to give homage to the zodiac and to astrology when it's all in the Bible. This is all biblical. So again, when we seen that card being pulled last night, it's funny that I chose that deck because they had turned it into the tarot. On that, the scroll said tarot, but again, the tarot is in the Torah, and the Torah is in the tarot. Who thought to buy these? Who thought I would buy them cards? Do you see what I'm saying? And just because I'm using that doesn't mean that I don't still refer to the word of God, because the in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God. And I said bird. So there must be a presence of an air energy or an air. And I want to see even Aquarius, but I don't think so. But maybe air and water. I don't know. But there is an air energy here. Okay. But the chariot was the air energy, the American Eagle or Air Force One or something like this. That's in reverse now. You understand what I'm saying? Last night in our read, it was in reverse. But then that also makes me think about the lion being the Lion of Judah, or the lion not being on the chariot. Because even if we have the chariot with the two sphinx looking energies, it still represents somewhat of a lion. And then one of my decks, it is an actual lion, but the lion is drugged and sleeping. And somebody else, a female, is running the ship. This made me think about a female that was running the ship with a masculine energy, or a lion, all this time, but she had been lying, and she had been probably getting this king or whatever of some type of regal nation to be sleeping on the job, while this woman went out and did maybe foul things. This Phoenix drone or Phoenix moon drone went out and did horrible things, or things that could cause some type of accusations here. Leaving the dead, or the one cutting the child in half, or cloning the child, which could be a man child or a grown man, and leaving the portion that would just be only able to be a regular person in society with a debt ceiling, or again somebody in middle class or something like this, that there's no growth there. It's a cap on it, a cap, the capital, the Capitol dome. Look at what I'm saying here. That's supposed to be the most high. You see? So you got the Capitol actual dome with an energy that has a cap on it. And they've taken the other living portion of the masculine that can go on and do greater things in the world, and put this person in the east of the garden with a pharaoh's daughter instead of the child of God. Has put this person with probably an ill, barren son of man, and sat and watched the son of God be depreciated or devalued, harassed, bullied, manipulated, stolen from. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then now also give another portion to this masculine that may be foreign. Okay. So again, when the people were talking about this, they're probably thinking like, oh, they told, well, I would think with this energy of Moses, or being Moses being more like a pope or something like this, Moshe is my 8 of cups as well. That's having to walk away. Maybe don't let this person in, and the moon is looking at the person like, oh well, but was it really the moon? Was it really the body, or was it the head? See, was it really the body? Or was it really this masculine, or was it really now the moon wants to be having control over the son of God. So the moon would maybe even go ahead. If you look at that card really closely, it's like a setup. And the moon is like, oh well, bye, see you later. And it's almost like the moon now wants control, or wants to own, or wants to be with whatever or whoever this man would be leaving behind. Or this person get into heaven by way of the Christ Jesus energy, and then end up putting who would be representing a Moses this time, rejecting that person. But I feel like it's the wrong person. It's some shit going on here, y'all. It is a very, you couldn't even, I don't even know how you could, it's like surgery. Something told me about the book and slow down, or it's okay, it's still time. But there's something very surgical, like dealing with small arteries, or the heart, a heart surgeon, I would think, or a brain, we'll say a brain surgeon. Yeah. There's something very surgical about what these people have let get intertwined. And it's a very delicate situation here. It's very delicate. And it's making me think, so as the staff of, I can't remember, the Lord, something has been raised up, that I feel like Jesus, or I don't know if they, see, I don't want to use the Lord Jesus or Christ or something, shall be raised up as well. You see what I'm saying? It's something like that. But why now? See? Because I feel like now this is where, again, you some of you aren't sure if you've been persecuted, or you're in some secret court dealings or something like this. And this could be the point where they say, okay, you could come now. And really what they want is to snatch you and put you in jail. Or these could be people that have done their review, which they had no business doing, with these false judges in the first place. And now you're going to be, but it still seemed like it was something about stagnate. It was something about, wait a minute, let's just get our foothold in, or let's get this done, to the point of no return, and then offer, or because I told you guys for the past 2 days, extending a hand, a hand, a hand. But I feel like it could be what you think it is, or it could be something that it's not. These people could have gained enough power and footing. There could be an overflow of these particular people now in the land. These gotaways, or these intruders, imposters. You see? And now they are, and maybe if they have the king, I say who has the heart of the king, but maybe because of this conflict here, this king, or this masculine, I about to say Mexican energy, this masculine energy, right, could be now feeling something for this person instead of his real person. They could be using witchcraft and, I about to say Santa Maria magic. Santeria, I think it's called. They could be using anything here, which could be something to have something to do with Satan. The sad thing about it, what broke me down and got me hysterically crying, is because these are people that I grew up around. These are best friends. These are what? This not even energy of God forsaking me. This is because I can't forsake myself. I'ma still remain. I can only do what I can do, even with all of this oppression and all of these things. But everything that has been around me is a lie. All of this disgusting behavior pointed towards somebody like me. Not that I'm perfect, but what have I done to you lately or ever? And this is what made me so upset this morning, because it made me, I feel like I was crying the tears of, it was in the pit of my fucking stomach. And I felt like it was even these men that couldn't show some type of emotion or something about what they have gone through with these labels or these titles, or people thinking about even the video that I did, or even me, or even thinking about the video that I did about John the Baptist and then Jesus, because we're just known to think, you see. But John could be Jesus and Jesus could be John. Do you see? I'm seeing here where there's a duality here to cause confusion as to who's who and what is what. But again, if I am a prominent energy and nobody can tell me that I'm not in these times and in the biblical, whatever we're doing right now, where is my competition? Where is my competition? Where? I'm still here on this planet. I'm still living and breathing. Where is my, unless these people are doing something in the 5D, because God don't like ugly, and it's something that's going against me or my daddy. It's that. And they're calling it like they're dealing with God, and they're dealing with Satan, forsaken, Satan, I don't know, seeking to see who they can devour so that they can be a seemingly, like the 9 of Pentacles is my Satan card sometimes, okay, to be abundant, but they're carrying, or they have somebody else's abundance. There's no real other way around it. And some of these people, because I think they said that in the book of John or something, the guy was saying that these people were criminals, and were they, or were they blocked out of heaven by a false god or something in the likeness, or something that feared them and falsely judged them or something like this, and they had to build their own thing. They had to build their own thing because they could not buy or sell, because maybe these people, I keep hearing Sicilian. I don't know if that's Italian. I think that's Italian or something like in Italy or something like this. I keep hearing Sicilian. I keep hearing something about Asiatic or Asian, or even what other word? There's another word. Asia. And there's another word that I keep on hearing. Because I know that we were looking at with the tribes and things like this, that there was some Sicilian, that some of these Native Americans really have Sicilian blood. But then again, there's something about all of that shit being here, right here in America, about us falling for that Africa, society, that's the motherland instead of America. It's very concerning. The level of manipulation. What is education then? What is education if it was just to teach people the wrong thing? What is education if it's called training? That's what it means in etymology, is training. So somebody has been letting somebody else train their children up. We have been letting other cultures come in and openly putting in their language. Now, it's important to probably know these languages now, but I'm just saying, what was the reasoning behind this? Even going to nail shops and they speak Chinese. What is only in America? Do you understand what I'm saying? It is not even nothing prejudiced about it. It's just like, this is what you've become. The American pride and patriotism left a long time ago, when we didn't do anything detrimental. It would have been seemingly so. Seemingly so. I'm just going off of what we've been taught, what we see, what we know, and what we think about where we live. It's just, and how we live. I'm just going off of what we've been taught. So is it me, the bad guy? Or it is because I'm using the information was taught to me in school and things like this? A lot of this stuff just says it's not making sense. It makes a lot of sense, actually, but to whom? America, like I said 2 years ago, has been under siege. And I feel like these people that were trapped down in the pits or trapped down maybe in Mexico or something for these 70 years, something has happened where they have unleashed something that's, I don't know what they've done. And the people that would know what to do, they didn't give them authority. They blocked them out of heaven. So you can't see. So something is amiss here. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. Something is definitely amiss here. And this shit is not for the weak. But it's like all of these people, all of these men, all of these that have been, it's almost like centuries and centuries of whatever they've been doing here. And I feel like heavy African from overseas, supposedly. And so even if we are talking about certain Africans having power here, of these, I feel like there's a portion of America that had a little Africa or something, but this could be like a crest or a cradle of society or something like this as well. But I feel like they went with what's cliche, right? Instead of dealing with these are the people that are in the pockets of America, probably in the hoods, that's starving here. We have enough starving people here in America. See, then to be worried about other places. But I told you, people will pay thousands of dollars to go to Africa and be charitable to Africans, but they won't cross the street in their neighborhoods or in the ghetto or in the hood and help them people clean up. It's almost like a cancer that can sit there and grow. They won't, even if they see, damn, these people don't know what to do. They don't know how to clean it up or whatever. Maybe because our children are going to be going across this neighborhood or have to walk past here to go to school or something like this. Maybe, because it could have something to do with my ancestors and theirs, why they might be in a impoverished situation where if they don't know how to do it, maybe we can give a hand or something and go and like give them some structure. But no, they moved other energies into. I'm just telling you what I feel. Shit. Okay? Because I'm telling you, if you go to Chinatown, so who's the one that's discriminating? You will rarely see somebody black, probably, and I ain't never even been. I don't think I even got to go to let you know that predominantly Chinese people are in Chinatown, in the pockets of America, running their businesses. I'm pretty sure that 90% or 75% of things in Chinatown are not run by black people or white people, so-called. I'm pretty sure that they are run by Chinese people. You get what I'm saying? So we could say shallow or whatever, but that's just what I would think. I'm thinking about like the bodega. What is it called? The bodega? Wait, what am I thinking about? Like I think about like on Crooklyn when, I think it was like a lot of like well, I just want to say like Puerto Rican, Cuban presence or something like that alongside those people. It seemed like to me, I could be wrong. And how she was going to the store in their neighborhood. Okay, so again, maybe it could be something different in New York. Okay, but in the Midwest, it would be Arabic people. Okay, now again, some of these people are just reincarnated so-called black people. Maybe that's why they call them sand. You know what? Maybe because these are OG energies as well. You get what I'm saying? These are just souls that have been, carnate or reincarnated or something on this planet several times, and they could change their identity or something, or be dealing with leprosy or something, because you know what I'm saying. But when I talk about these things, I will be persecuted. Well, what if I am in God and God is in me? And what if you can't judge me or charge me with your earthly, especially if you can't prove, and this is what they've probably been trying to do, that somebody is doing something wrong or a danger to society or something like this. You can't, even if we talk about an earth angel, people like to use that word, but I don't think it's the case. I think that there's something about me that is heaven. You hear me? How could these people think that they could even try to cast me out of my own home? It's like you got me amongst the footstool, right? So they can stomp on me however they want to. But it's like heaven is my abode and earth is my footstool. And actually, heaven is my stomping grounds too. But this is the energy of somebody blocking someone out of that so that they can put themselves like that devil energy did that we read about in the Bible and it came out in the cards. So he or she can put their self. Now, this could be an ex-spouse. This could be somebody that's connected to me that I didn't even know. With this crooked family, marrying people to me probably since I was 8 years old or something, or 12 years old, or 11. To take some type of wealth that I've never been able to see or get my hands on. And then talk down or talk bad about me because I know that I am well deserving, or I am, I remember Tora said something, don't say what you deserve. Don't use that word deserve. And I'm like, that always made me think about saying that. But it's not even about, it's about what it is. Something that belonged to me, these people have been living off of. It's almost like a cash cow energy. The reason why these people have been able to thrive is because they've been having some kind of abundance, whether it be financial or otherwise, from my existence among them. And they never wanted somebody to see who they were so somebody can stand up and take charge not only of these people, but about the whole damn world. The true identity of a world leader. Since you now, if these people were here to make sure everything stayed under control, where were you when I needed these people? So again, even if we're talking about G7, what really? Because it's the same thing when these women come in and try to tap into my energy, but I don't know nothing about magic. Well, once you do that and then I see you're doing something foul, then again, I am that type of energy that would be like that girl on that damn show. She said when they put her in that place, but she was a ripper, but it was because she had to protect herself or something. She was protecting herself, or it was something that she knew that this person didn't know that just locked her up in that pit or locked her up in that lost world or whatever, that they, or for punishment or something like this, for something that she hadn't even done. But they said that she was a ripper or something. When she grabs on, she does. So that could be looked at as a white, or it could be looked at this, or it could be looked at as God rectifying a situation. Which one do you think it could be? And see, this is what's wrong with these people. You can't. Who are you trying to tip? You gonna pull some people for? Listen, that's living foul and ain't right within to judge me, and then turn whatever this judgment in or whatever they're looking at into some type of slander or ridicule or something, and to do public. You're not slick. I know what these people are doing, and that's just it. And you will be paying for whatever the fuck you have done. Every single one of you. Nobody's getting away. It should be mass deportation and mass exorcism across the nation, mass whatever it's mass mass mass. Reduction, segment, reduction. So somebody wants me to take back somebody's energy that God made just for me or something like this, right? To spill seed elsewhere and multiply the seed elsewhere. Or also offer up my children to these idols of theirs that seem not to like me anyway and want to be rid me, that don't want to gift or give anything to someone who have given them a gift, that will use and abuse over and over again and not give one thing, not even a helping hand in a time of need. This is like somebody taking your child through forced adoption or something like this and then killing you. This is what they did to Mary. but with the authority that Elizabeth had. In both of those energies, I feel I can resonate with, because it's, of course, it's all in me. Not you, not you, not these high priestesses, not whoever you're trying to make me compete with. That's why I'll never compete with nobody but myself. God did something new. And no matter what avenue these people try to take to say if it was this or that, or oh, you're John or you're G, God did something different. So that whatever you've done or whatever you think you're doing, it is not going, something different has been done. These people will be held accountable. They will now be judged. They already, some of these people have been. And again, these people are going to be shown who the real true people of the light are in dark, because they have been persecuting the light and replacing them with dark. In some of these instances, they have been calling angels demons sometimes, and they have been calling, you know, that which is holy dirty. They have been